Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel My Study. And in this video we are going to discuss about some of the services which recently AWS has announced to discontinue. Okay, they are going to shut down those services. So in future they are not going to onboard the new customer for those service, but whatever existing service that will always remain as it is for their existing customer. And they are building some kind of tools also so that you can easily migrate to some other open source or some other third-party services. So let's see what are those services which Amazon has decided to, go for it. So we have one is S3. So it's not a S3 actually, it's a S3 Select. So recently, one of the key members from this AWS, they have recently announced that they are going to remove those services for the future. So S3 Select. So S3 Selects are nothing but let's say if I just go inside, let's say any of one of the files. Okay, so from the action we have option to query with the S3 Selects. So still it's available here, but in a near future you won't be able to access or filter this data with the help of this particular feature, that is nothing but S3 Select from this S3 object. Okay, now the same thing if you want to perform, you can always go ahead and use other services like Amazon Athena, which is a better version for it, and you always go for it. So Amazon AWS recommends that you always go for the better version of the service, and we are just simply going to discontinue this particular feature S3 Select from this S3 storage service. So that is one thing. Now the another one will be your CloudSearch. So if you just go for CloudSearch, the first ever notice you'll be getting that if you are exploring this Amazon CloudSearch for the first time, we recommend you to go for Open Search service. For more flexibility they are going to offer in search and analytics capability. So currently if you're already having some domain being created as a CloudSearch, that won't be affected. But if you're a new customer, they are highly encouraging to go for other service, that is Open Search. See, Open Search service. So I would say that this is like a better version of your Cloud Search service. So always go for it. So these are the two services we have discussed. We have one more like a Cloud9. So that is like an IDE. So Cloud9. Now Cloud9 is the IDE AWS has written. So all those AWS related API and everything tool by default integrated within that. But now what they are saying that instead of going for such a AWS Cloud9 IDE, we have created this AWS developer toolkit. So with the help of those toolkit, you can always use the same functionality with your favorite editor. Let's say you are using the VS Code. So I'm gonna have, let's say, VS Code. So within a VS Code, some AWS toolkit kind of all tools, you can definitely install it from here. So this is just the one example I'm going to show you. Otherwise, you can always use, let's say, I'm just going to search for AWS. So with respect to AWS, you can see AWS toolkits are available. Same way, if you are going to use, let's say, some other editor, so corresponding to those editor also you will get those toolkit. And this toolkit provides the very good functionality to connect with the different services available inside the AWS. Okay, so that is the third one. Now one more they have given like a SimpleDB. So let me just show you about the SimpleDB. I'm not sure whether it's still available or not. So that is like a NoSQL storage. So see, SimpleDB is not currently available. So almost that is being discarded. So in future, if you want to store those NoSQL data, anyhow, AWS has already available this DynamoDB. See, DynamoDB. So manage NoSQL services. Then we have a forecaster. So that is like machine learning related stuff. See, we don't have anything related to forecast. Yeah, we have still. So anyhow, they want that the better version of those machine learning related capabilities like a Bedrock, some generative AI, everything being created. So here only notice came like Amazon forecast is no longer available to the new customer, but existing customer of forecast can continue to use the service as normal. So they don't want to onboard the new customer in future, but definitely the existing customer will use it just like the way they were using. Okay, then we have a data pipeline. So data pipeline, see, orchestrating your complete data driven workflow. So currently they are planning to discontinue this particular service. So what they are saying that AWS data pipeline capability is now available in other services like AWS Glue, which is the better version of those stuff, AWS staff functions, so complete orchestration you can create it, or AWS management workflow for Airflow. So you can always use these alternative services for better output. And we have a CodeCommit. So that is for the code repository. So if you just have a look at, if you want to store some private Git repository, we have a CodeCommit is available. Now what they are saying that instead of using this CodeCommit, see, AWS CodeCommit is no longer available to new customer. Existing customer, just like a forecast, you can continue using these services. So if you just, even if you just try to create, let's say with some random name, I'm just giving repository name, you will be able to see we immediately got some issues like create repository request is not allowed because there is no existing repository with this name. So if you have an existing repository with that particular name, it will be redirected to it. Now in case AWS has given the instruction like you cannot use the CodeCommit, so with all other tools, wherever this Git kind of systems are required to make the complete flow workable, you want to put your source code, AWS encourage to use some other third party or some open source stuffs like a GitHub or a Bitbucket or something like a BitBlocker or any open source system which is a private Git repository. Okay, so these are the some of the things one gentleman guy from the AWS has recently announced that they are going to discontinue from now onwards. So they are giving us the alternative also to use in the future for the same purpose with the same better output. Okay, so that's all about this video. I hope you enjoy listening to this video, and please do like and comment on my video. Please do subscribe my channel so that I can keep creating and inform you about the great content related to AWS.